Hi everyone. Sorry, I'm a bit late. Always happens. No matter how prepared I try to be, I always end up being really bloody late. So let's sort that out. There we go. Ah, the sweet, sweet sounds of the housing estate. How relaxing they be. Now, which one? How is everyone, by the way? Sorry, I'm trying to chug my medicine. Like what? Ah, okay. I was going to say, you see me on camera. Hey, Phil, hun. How are you, darling? All right, where is it? Ooh, that looks interesting. Okay, so I'm winging it again. I haven't prepared because um so I may or may not have got Baldur's Gate 3 and I am obsessed basically. So yeah, I've been putting a lot of effort into that, and also had 3 kids round today playing, and small one antics and fun and frivolity to be had everywhere, and I would say screeching, but they were actually pretty damn polite and well behaved and were good. So, that was a win. Right. And I wasn't completely unprepared. I remembered to charge the tablet so I can read, so I don't have to multitask so much. So I've not actually pre-read this one, so we'll see where it goes. I resigned after this call by user no dragon fruit 7438. What's happening there? Keep feeling like I've got water right there. Right. Dispatcher. 911, what's your emergency? Hi, my name's Jessica. Oh, sorry. Hi, my name's Jessica. Beep. I'm not sure how to describe this exactly, but there's a woman in my front yard who looks like she needs some help. Is she injured, ma'am? Not that I can see. She's got a baby in her arms. And There's another woman next to her who looks quite a bit older. Her mother, maybe? I'm just worried, with this snowstorm and all. And neither one of them has hat or gloves on or anything. Dispatcher: I understand, ma'am. What's your address? Caller: beep, beep. Dispatcher: is that close to beep, beep, or beep, beep? Sorry. Caller: about half a mile north of beep. There are actually like little redacted lines as well. Oh my god. Got it. You're a ways out there then, huh? Yep. Listen, I'm here at the front door, and do you think I should invite them inside? They keep glancing towards the house. There's something about the younger woman, the one with the baby. She looks just not right. Dispatcher: she's distressed, ma'am? Well, not exactly. It's her smile. She's got her eyebrows arched way up, like she's real surprised, but she looks manic? Hungry? Oh, listen to me, I sound so silly. Ma'am, would you be comfortable? Oh my god! What's going on, ma'am? They're playing catch. Pardon? They're playing catch. They're playing catch. Holy fucking shit, it's got to be a prank. Kidding me. Jessica, I need you to take some deep breaths for me. Are you there, ma'am? The women are playing catch with something. The baby! They're playing catch with the baby. And there's something attached to it. A rope or something? Oh, please, no. I think that's the umbilical cord. They're throwing the baby. Yes, back and forth like it's nothing but a sack of... I can't believe this. Do you think I should... Ma'am, I need you to listen to me very carefully. Do not attempt to intercede. It could escalate the situation. We've got an officer on the way. I need you to stay on the line and keep me appraised of the situation until he arrives. Can you do that for me, Jessica? Yes. They're still tossing the baby back and forth. They keep looking this way and smiling. The older lady too. And oh my, there's something not right about that grin. It's giving me chills. The older one has something shiny in her hand before. I think it might have been a knife or a gun or something. She put it in the back of her coat, but... Is your door locked, ma'am? Yes, I'm at the front door. The back one should be locked too, I think. My husband should have closed it on his way out. You need to go and check the back door. Make sure it's locked, okay? Okay, I'm going. It's going to take a minute with all the storm. All the lights are out. I'm here with you, Jessica. Just stay on the line with me and we'll get you through this. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm at the back door and it's locked. I'm returning to the front of the house now. Good job, Jessica. You're doing great. I'm back at the front door and... Oh my. What's going on? They've got blood smeared on their faces. Both of them. Can you tell where the blood came from? Nope. The younger woman still got the... Sorry, hang on a sec. Oh my god, I thought that was a little one, like, sneaking out the bedroom, but it wasn't. Just general spooky noises. Thank you, ghosts, for the ambient bliss of the scary stories. The younger woman still got the baby in her arms. I can't tell if it's okay or not. Oh my god. My god. It looks like they wrote on themselves with it. Like a C or a sickle or something. It's on both their foreheads. And the younger one, is she... Oh no, and I'm not going to do retching noises because I know people are sympathetic, like, no, not doing that. Can you tell if the baby's okay, ma'am? I can't hear anything. All I can see is the younger woman still got the baby tucked in her arm. Oh no, please tell me. What's going on, ma'am? I just realised that I left the sunroom window cracked open earlier. The wood stove's next to it, and it was getting too hot in there. Could someone get into the house through it? It's small, but it's low. Yes, I think they could. You need to go and close it now, Jessica, okay? Can you do that for me? Okay, I'm on my way and... Oh shit! They're walking around the side of the house too. How do they know what I'm doing? All the lights are off in here. I need you to stay calm, Jessica, okay? The old lady just made eye contact with me again. She's still leering at me. I mean, how she's doing that? How does she know that I'm here, right here? Deep breaths, Jessica. I need you to stay calm for me. I'm going. I'm walking down the hall, almost to the sunroom. We've got an officer en route, Jessica, and he's only 3 or 4 minutes away. I'm going to have you shut that window in the sunroom, then lock yourself in the safest room available, okay? Maybe a bathroom or a bedroom, whichever has the sturdiest lock. Okay. Can you see them from the hallway? There's a window, but I can't see either of them. I can see footsteps in the snow, though. They're wrapping around the side of the house, headed towards the backyard. Okay, almost done, Jessica. Just a couple more minutes and this'll be over. Okay. I made it. I'm in the sunroom. Did you close the window? I'm about to... Ma'am, they're coming in. Oh my god, no. Is it the woman with the weapon, ma'am? Who's coming in? It's not her. It's the younger woman, the one with the baby. It's not her either. It's the baby. The baby's crawling in here. It's the baby. The baby's crawling in here. Oh no. Oh my god, no. Ma'am? Shrieks, followed by a baby's cooing, and then a hummed lullaby. That one was really tricky to read. I liked it, but that was really tricky to read out loud. I was not expecting the ending. I'll give you that. Stay, mouse, stay. Where is the other one? Can't find the other one that I knew about. Okay, that sounds interesting. I thought it was good, right, Phil? Like, you weren't expecting it to be like the actual fucking baby at the end. It just meant like it begs so many questions now. Like, okay, so one of them's birthed demon baby, right? Younger woman's birthed demon baby. So, why were they playing catch with demon baby? Unless they weren't. They were pretending to play catch with demon baby. Because they needed to instill as much fear in the woman as possible to do whatever ritual they were about to do. Yes, we were talking about sandwiches. A baby and umbilical cord sandwich. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a baby and umbilical cord sandwich. The suit would be the mum's amniotic fluid and bloody show. Don't test me on this one. I can make it disgusting. Yeah. Everything is either a soup or a sandwich. I'm trying to find another one because I've basically really fucked up with my tablet and Discord and blah 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 and basically dumb shit. Hmm. All right, I'm just going to read this. We'll see where it goes. So this is from user Myrg Game Master. MYRG Game Master. The hallucinate syndrome experiment. Flipping through the pages, I felt a chill creep up my spine. The notebook contained a detailed account of a horrific experiment conducted in 1978. It spoke of trapping individuals in isolated rooms, exposing them to hallucinogenic gas, and paying them $100 for every hour they endured. The experiment was known as the Halluce syndrome, and the experimenters were Leo, Mark, Alex, and Jonathan, all scientists with a dark fascination. And I will now explain in detail what's exactly written in the notebook. Log 1. Before we started the experiment, Alex got over his nerves. He wanted me to rethink. He thought it was a harmful experience. But I told him, "You're just weak. Go do something useful or I'll put you in there with them." Log 2. And then it began. The experiments unfolded as Leo described in excruciating detail. The rooms were quiet, pitch black, and without sound. Scientists delivered food and water without a word and maintained an eerie silence. Participants had the option to quit, but as the text in the notebook explained, no one has made it through 5 days. Log 3, Hour 1. The first hour in the dark, isolated chambers was disorientating descent into sensory deprivation. The participants groped in the pitch-black gloom, hands trembling as they searched for some semblance of familiarity. The absence of light played tricks on their minds and began to report subtle, disturbing distortions in their perception. A few saw fleeting shadows lurking at the edge of their vision, and strange ethereal whispers seemed to flicker through the air like a distant radio transmission. They had entered the realm of the unknown, a place where reality and hallucinations blur into a confusing haze. Log 4, Hour 5. The 5th hour marked a turning point, where the boundaries between reality and hallucination became increasingly porous. Whispers, faint but persistent, insinuated themselves into the minds of the participants. These disembodied voices were like echoes of forgotten memories, beckoning, persuading, and sometimes begging them to abandon their torment. It was as if the very air around them was permeated with a spectral chorus of voices, each pleading for release. Still, despite the growing anxiety, 47 individuals remained steadfast in their resolve, determined to endure whatever this experiment had in store. Log 5. Day 2. As the second day dawned, the situation took a nightmarish turn. At precisely 10 o'clock in the morning, the chambers rang with agonizing screams that pierced the oppressive silence. The participants described the source of their torment as an ominous voice, one that seemed to emanate from the very walls of their enclosure. It pleaded for flight, its tone shifting from desperation to menace as it warned of impending terror. The voice was relentless, the voice was restless. What? The voice was relentless, unrelenting in its torment, leaving participants breathless. Only 30 individuals preserved through this harrowing day, their minds frayed at the edges. Day 3. Grey, grotesque creatures materialized in the inky darkness of the chambers on the third day. These twisted apparitions taunted and tormented the participants, their ominous laughter echoing like an ominous symphony. The voice that had tormented them since the beginning grew more terrifying, its utterances filled with dire threats that made them shudder. Shadows danced on the periphery of their visions, and some swore they could feel icy, sticky fingers brushing against their skin. Participants were locked in a macabre dance with their own fears, with only 15 souls enduring this day of relentless psychological onslaught. Day 4. On the fourth day, physical torment joined the psychological horrors. Deep cuts appeared on the participants' bodies, mysterious wounds that defied explanation. These injuries required surgery upon release, a grim testament to the disturbing nature of their ordeal. The grey monsters, once mere apparitions, now manifested with terrifying clarity. They seemed to derive sadistic pleasure from feasting in the arms of the hapless victims. The voices' promises of impending doom hung in the air like a malevolent mist, and only 5 participants endured the relentless torment, their minds teetering on the brink of madness. Day 5. The 5th and final day was a descent into the nightmarish abyss. Hundreds of grey monsters, grotesque and insatiable, swarmed the remaining 3 participants. These 3 creatures pulled them towards a yawning abyss that defied comprehension, their eyes glittering with malice. The voice, now more deafening and tormenting than ever, filled every corner of their minds and drowned out rational thought. The participants were thrown into a living nightmare, a maelstrom of terror, pain, and hallucinations from which there seemed no escape. The abyss beckoned, and the participants teetered on the precipice of their own sanity, their fates hanging by the thinnest of threads. Only two of the three last people survived. The 2 who survived threw themselves out, without eyes, arms, and lost much skin. The last survivor, who died just a minute later, and exactly no one knows why he even stayed there for this long. But I guess that no one will ever know. I killed Alex, Mark, and Jonathan after that. I know that this grey creature, or whatever it was, Oh, I know that the grey creature, or whatever it was, are proud over me. I'll put on the gas and get in the chamber myself. Note this, me, Leo, I'm not crazy. I'm just really willingly doing what humanity wants. And the humanity wants progression. End of log. That's in detail everything that's been written in the notebook. I continued to read this harrowing account. My heart sank and my mind struggled to comprehend the depth of human suffering described in this book. The last pages of the notebook were blank, leaving the ultimate fate of the unfortunate participants shrouded in darkness. I couldn't help but wonder if anyone had survived the horrible experiment, or if it had consumed them completely. With a heavy sigh, I closed the notebook, its cover creaking softly as if echoing the screams of those who had endured the halluc syndrome. The laboratory around me remained desolate, a haunting reminder of the horrors that had unfolded within its walls. I knew this ominous. Fuck's sake. I knew this ominous tale would stay with me, a terrifying reminder of the darkness that could inhabit the human mind and the depths to which individuals could be pushed in the name of scientific curiosity. As I left the abandoned lab, I couldn't shake the feeling that some secrets were better buried, hidden in the shadows of history, never to be unearthed again. Hey, Lauren, you alright, love? Oh, sorry. Hey, Fran, hon. I didn't see that you come in. Mm. Hmm. Oh, that one looks interesting. I'm not going to be able to read it tonight because it's part 4. But I'm good, thanks, Lauren Hahn. Oh, been ups and downs with health and crap lately, but it is what it is. I'm just trying to, get a handle over it again. It happens about every 3 months. I'll be doing fine, and then about every 3 months, as the seasons change, it's like a pull the rug out from under your feet. Here we go. I'm in known territory now. Hmm. All right, I'm going to read this one. Oh, thanks, Lauren Han. Yeah. Luckily, unfortunately, I don't know which at this point. I was born with my condition. Like, it's genetic, so I've always had it. It's all I've known. Yeah, it got like progressively worse as I've got older. That's kind of what degenerative things do. They degenerate. But because of that, I'm very much used to not getting to have a normal life. So I feel it's better than having lived a normal life and all of a sudden lost it because I've like developed a condition. My life's always been atypical. My abilities have always been abnormal. So, do you get what I mean? Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm so sorry, hun. Like, I do truly feel worse for people that aren't born with the conditions. Because like you had a normal life. You got to do normal things. You got to experience what you got to experience a different world, right? And then all of a sudden it's like boom, gone. Your ability to do all the things that you used to be able to do massively changed. All of a sudden that's gone. You want to go to the park? Sorry, bad day. You're meant to meet your friends for the bachelorette party? Sorry, body says no. And all of a sudden, like your friends who are used to you being able to do X, Y, and Z, now you're not, they're getting weird about it. There's all this stuff that's like compounded onto it because you have gone from like being A and suddenly being B with no warning, just boom. Whereas I was always B. Everyone's only ever known me as B. So if I'm not able to do this, or if I can't do that, if I need to stop doing something right bang in the middle, my friends have only known that with me. That's all they've known me be like. So, excuse me, it's been easier in that sense. I mean, I think it would be better to not remember because then you don't compare yourself to healthy you. Oh, healthy me could do this. Oh, I could have done that before. Makes you feel shit. Anyway, sidetrack aside. Actually, yeah, I'll be able to unplug it for that one. Okay. This is by user VisualSun9225. Is it still on? I want it. Yeah. Okay. The Ghost of Irish Jim. Growing up, the highlight of my summers was visiting my grandpa at his Yorkshire farmhouse. For a boy from Manhattan, it was a magical experience, like something out of a fairy tale. There were woodlands teeming with red foxes and badgers to explore, creeks to fish, and ruined abbeys to play in. Every evening my siblings and I would gather around my grandpa and listen to his most wonderful stories. My favourite was the tale of Irish Jim. Jim was the groundskeeper when my grandpa was a boy. He had come over from County Cork in 1932 and was trying to save enough to bring his darling wife and 6 children over to England. He was a hard-working man, never drank or gambled, never missed a day of work. He was saving up every last penny to send back to his family, for whom he adored more than anything in the world. On the morning of July 17th, 1933, Jim did not show up to work. One of the farmhands checked his cottage, located about 200 yards from the main house. There they found him lying in a pool of blood, holding a pair of garden shears. Jim had cut off all his toes and 4 of his fingers before falling unconscious and bleeding to death. A dirty sock was stuffed in his mouth, presumably to muffle his screams. Why would a seemingly sane man do such a thing? The answer was a letter on his bedside table. In it, his wife said that she did not love him and planned to run off with his younger brother Dan. That wasn't the worst of it. She also said that she suspected that Dan was the father of her children. It was said that on some nights, if you peeked in the cottage window, you could see the anguished Jim mutilate himself. But Grandpa warned, you were never to go inside the cottage at night, especially on the anniversary of his death. In 1941, a 9-year-old boy named Jack, who had been evacuated from London to escape the Blitz, was foolish enough to venture inside. The next morning, he was found dead, a pair of rusty shears piercing his neck. I never really believed my grandpa's stories. He tended to stretch the truth, especially when he had too much whiskey, which was nearly every night. But I still peeked into the cottage, hoping to catch a glimpse of Jim. I never did. The summer I turned 11, I finally mustered up enough courage to go inside the cottage, which was now a storage shed. On the evening of July 16th, I snuck out of bed and into the cottage. I waited for hours, lying on sacks of grain. Eventually, I fell asleep without seeing the legendary spectre. I was woken by sobbing. A burning candle illuminated the figure of Irish Jim, who was sitting a few feet away from me holding a letter, tears streaming down his face. He appeared solid, not translucent like a ghost in a cartoon. Then he noticed me. Without saying a word, he picked up a pair of garden shears and rushed over to me. I tried to move, but was paralyzed from fright. When the shears were a foot from my chest, the door opened. My grandpa stepped in holding a bottle of whiskey. Jim glanced back long enough for me to regain my senses and roll out the way. "Run, lad!" my grandpa yelled. I scrambled up and sprinted towards the door, about 15 feet away. Irish Jim followed, his footsteps getting closer. I thought I wasn't going to make it. When I was 5 feet from the door, my grandpa held the bottle. I heard the sound of glass break and a muffled cry. "Don't look back, keep going," my grandpa shouted. I did, but Jim quickly regained his footing. When I was nearly at the threshold, the phantom grabbed my shirt. My grandpa, with surprising strength for an old man, yanked me away from Jim and tumbled outside. The ghost stood in the doorway, staring at us, but he made no attempt to follow outside. "You're safe," Grandpa said. "He can't leave the cottage." I encountered him myself when I was about your age, just barely escaped. Hadn't seen him since the war, thought he finally found rest. Luckily for you, I stepped outside for some fresh air and noticed a light coming from the cottage. I thought that some local lads might be drinking inside, so I decided to investigate. Come, follow me, let's head back and try to get some rest. I'll have the cottage demolished tomorrow. Maybe then old Jim will finally be able to find peace. We walked back towards the house, my grandpa holding my hand. When we were about 50 feet from the cottage, I took one look back. Irish Jim was standing in the doorway, tears streaming down his face. Ooh, I'd really like that, Lauren. That'd be cool. Right. It is time for Slim Stream. So I'm going to see you guys over there, okay? So I want to try for Halloween to stream more. Try, because I obviously, what with like Slim doing streams and the time I've got being in the UK being very, very slim, it either means I've got to start early when my kid's awake or overlap with Slim. So like I'm not sure what to do with that, but like figure it out. Definitely want to do some horror games, things like that. So yeah, if you've got any like games any of you guys want to watch me play, do comment on it. Like, I am not great at gaming, but I enjoy it, and that's what matters. So yeah, you can watch me play games very badly. It's always hilarious. You can make bets on how quickly I'll die, little things like that, you know. And also, since in the UK, October is also Black History Month, I will be doing UK Black History Month instead of America Black History Month, because I'm not going to do it in February. Because like February is only 28 days, October's 31. Excuse me, sorry, I've got the burps. October's 31 days, so I'm going to do the longer one. So during that, I'm going to try and spotlight certain things, like stories written by well, can't just say that. So that's like obviously not African American people because I'm in the UK, but I'm not going to just do like UK African people. But like I want to try and do stories about either the lived experiences and like the horrific things that historically have happened to Black people, or stories written by them, things like that, you know. So like I've got one or two historical things in mind that I want to talk about, and then I've also got like brain god, and then there are some really cool like African legends, things like that. So I want to incorporate it together because, like, let's face it, a lot of the things that got done to Black people, historically speaking, do fit the vibe for how like scary October, because yeah, we being UK did a lot of fuck shit, but the whole world also did. But you know, we did a lot of bad stuff, and like historically speaking, I acknowledge that wholeheartedly. It doesn't we were bad, and like yeah, I don't shy away from that, so I might read some stories about that for it. So yeah, we will see. Anyway, enough rambling. Right, go to Sim's channel, watch Sim stream, do the Sim thing, and have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Have a good night's sleep, and good morning if you're in Australia, I think. Yes. Anyway, right. Bye.